How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. We've got 6 representatives today, 2 unfamiliar but familiar faces. We've got FUAD and Dams back representing Tottenham and Chelsea. It's before we even went live, so I know we're in for a good one tonight. And SAEED, look, you made it, you know? What's going on?
Yo, man, I forgot my belly, man. I need to put this up in it, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think you're going to need your belly about you forgot your belly. You thought Rangnick's at the wheel and that's it. The belly's in the drawer now.
Yo, listen, what can I say, mate? Aye, but I'm speechless, man. I can't believe what I witnessed. I really can't. I really can't, mate. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show, man. Big up,
Man said, welcome, everybody. Steve.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Top of the league, innit?
Can't complain. GRIZZ.
Apparently, the team over the road, when we was all upset about Ronaldo and he's coming for this, he's coming for that. Well, it's not 19 forever, baby, because you're 19 points behind. You know that? 19 points behind me. Viva Ronaldo. Gherkin ball. What a load of bollocks. When is it about time now that I'd sit here as a Man United fan, let me speak, yeah, and be humble.
Go on.
Instead of blaming Ole, instead of blaming the Glazers, instead of blaming the roof, instead of blaming all the shit that you came out with, after watching that tonight, some of them players in that team, you need to get on the back of them players because they're not good enough. They're stealing a living. Harry Maguire, yeah? Harry Maguire, what the fuck is he about, yeah? Right? So I'm going about Ronaldo. He can do it against Atalanta, Villarreal, and shit like that. But Newcastle just out-fought you there. That Newcastle team's not got the greatest quality, but you know what? They had a go. And if you want for Cavani, who, by the way, should be playing every week instead of, your superstar number 7, that is miles off the pace and just throws his arms in the air and tells everyone they should be passing to his feet, and all you lot are lapping it up, buying the shirts and the fucking lampshades and all that. Until while you've got him in your club, Ronaldo, and while you've got Maguire and people like that, they're not good enough, SAEED. They're not good enough. And how can people come on here and call Jack Grealish a flop when you've got Jadon Sancho body popping on the wing doing absolutely fuck all?
Can I just put? Yeah, I thought you had a good second half. You had a good second half, man.
Yeah, but where did it get you? You just drew at Newcastle. We just smacked them up. Leicester smacked them up. And you're going there for a point. Is that the level Man United are now? A point at Newcastle? Is that what it is? Is that what you're about now as a club?
I don't know what we're about, Steve. I don't know what we are.
You're 19 points behind Man City. You take the piss out of all the time. You're nowhere near our level now. And Rangnick ball, what the fuck's Rangnick ball? Is that what he played in the Intertoto Cup when he won that? Because, you might end up in the Intertoto. You know what I mean? The way you're going on, you might end up in that cup. Leave the big dogs in the big arena, innit? You found your level now. You desperado. You thought you were going to win the Champions League because you got Ralphie Rangnick baby from Lokomotiv Moscow, who no fucker wanted. And now we're seeing Rangnick ball. He's had 3 weeks to prepare for the game. He couldn't get past the Newcastle team that are getting smoked off everyone. Everyone.
Hey, 2-week COVID breaks ain't for everyone, you know what I mean?
SAEED, man, what we saying, man? Well,
I ain't got the energy, man. Listen, normally I have the energy in it. I'll fight back somehow, some way. But listen, man, we were terrible. We were lucky to get a draw, mate. Lucky.
And David De Gea is world class, mate. World class.
Yeah, I did say that.
I know he's a thief. Yeah. I know he's a thief, and he got caught robbing donuts from Tesco, but he's world class. So if you look past the criminal record, fair play to him.
Listen, I don't want to gloat about David De Gea because, for me, only a fool would do that because we don't want David De Gea being the best player every single game. That's not what we bought certain players for. That's not what we thought we'd assume start of the season would be kind of challenging for. We never wanted David De Gea to be the forefront, but for me, it's terrible, man. The football's been terrible. I thought Crystal Palace, maybe we got too giddy about the 1-0. I don't know, but it was a 1-0 first game under Rangnick. Norwich game, we deserved to lose that game. I'll be honest with you. We deserved to lose. Norwich, David De Gea again was brilliant. Today, their goal came from a mistake. Was it Lascelles? Was it? I made a mistake. Lascelles made a mistake, and if it weren't for Cavani's reaction and his instinctiveness that he is, mate, we would have lost that game 2 or 3-0. The game made a world class save. They hit the post. You know, they had a few one-on-ones where they you know, if they had a better, you know, strike force, they would have done better with that. Listen, we were rubbish today. We were upset. I've got no excuses today, and you know, I'm always the one that has some sort of excuse, so I will say something. But today, I can't even say anything because Newcastle deserved 3 points. We were shit, man. Like, and a lot of people will come on here and they'll say to me, Rangnick, this and that. Listen, I think it's going to get worse than this before it gets bad, before it gets good. I'm being serious with you. I think it will get worse than this before it eventually gets better. And that is telling a lot because he needs to get a grip of his players. But he needs to help himself, mate, because some of the decisions, mate, I'm thinking, you know, as much as you think this system is right for the players don't suit the system, you know, and he needs to assess this quickly and get a grip of his players and get a grip of what he's trying to do. And it's either it fits the players and it suits them, or listen, you're gonna have to do something because you know. Sorry, go on.
That's tough, though, because I'm thinking like he's only come in here 4 weeks, and he's got to get a grip of these players. Who I feel like for maybe the past 4 years under Ollie and under Jose, they've pretty much ruled the ship. They've pretty much had it their way, basically. Every manager, Ollie has done everything to cater towards them United boys. The Rashfords, the Martials, he's tried to do everything to cater to them. Jose was hounded out. Now he's being quoted on Twitter as like a misunderstood genius. And these players are now... you've got to look at the individuals for me. With Rangnick as well, people will say, under the first game, they were seeing pressing and all this and that. And it's not going to come overnight, lads. It's not. Like, new manager bounce will come, but then that's going to wear off as well. And these individual moments that have been getting you out of games, you're going to still have to rely on them. You're still going to have to look at these individuals. But the individuals out there today, bro, shocking. I mean, Greenwood, shocking. This season, I don't think he's taken that leap I think United fans expected. Rashford, I think the last 10 games, he's probably stunk it up more than ever, bro. Since he scored against Tottenham, tell a lie. I don't think he's contributed anything. Bruno Fernandes, I think forget big games now. Now it's just like normal games that he would normally be mashing. He's just not even performing against. And it's like, if it's not Ronaldo or bust, you lot don't seem to have kind of an idea. And I was told that when Rangnick came in, you lot was getting a coach. You lot was getting a football mastermind. You lot was getting Tuchel and Klopp's father. Now a few games
come on,
in No, Saeed, I'm being dead serious. This is what
but let's be reasonable.
He's breaking it down. He's breaking it down.
I'm just follow me. So when I hear that, I'm thinking, yo, maybe not, you know, straight away they're gonna take to the identity, but you're gonna see a few things where you're like, yo, you know what? I can see what he's trying here. Because even under Conte, we've got him in maybe 2 games before Rangnick. You can see small little implementations of what he's trying to do. What are you seeing under Rangnick that you're thinking he's trying to implement? Maybe this is the coach that we brought in.
Could you say that he's hardly had any training session? Is that not a fair assumption that he's not had any sort of training session with the individual? He's had COVID, and in the time that he came in, we had Champions League football.
Is this you making excuses again? Is this you making excuses? See, he's fucked off now. He's always an excuse. So in that line, is it because he had COVID? Is it because he's not had enough time? Is it because he don't like gherkins on his McDonald's? It's a load of bollocks, man. Just admit the fucking team.
Do you know what?
Is shit.
But do you know what? I want him to come back because you know, I'm his friend, innit?
I want him to come back.
There's my friend. I want him to come back. No, he's my friend, innit? He's my friend as well. Like, of course, he's my friend off the pitch as well, on the pitch as well. Like, so on the show, off the show, he's my friend. Yeah. So I just want to, like, it's very difficult to see any other way, right? As Steve and FUAD have broken it down. And it's true, like, we're not coming for you per se, but sort of this perception from the Man United fan base that Klopp's Tuchel's dad is coming, right? And he's had near enough the same time as Eddie Howe, right? Who's, in fact, Eddie Howe's had less time, people, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And the brother's turning Joe Linton into a box-to-box Vieira.
I'm glad.
How does that work out?
I'm glad you mentioned Joe, because I was going to mention him. He is playing well, man.
Yeah, I know. So Eddie Howe's turned this brother, who I used to call a lamppost, turned him into a decent. Like it was a decent outlet for Newcastle. This guy, they gassed up after watching on a football forum in a conference where it was like a bunch of football coaches anonymous. No, but why? You saw him on a 45 seminar that was broken down into 7-minute YouTube videos, and I had United fans DMing me one video a day. Read this on Rangnick. Watch this on Rangnick. What the fuck you sending it to me for?
No. Listen,
why are they doing that shit? I know. I'm telling you.
So what's Jurgen Klopp blagging then?
Jurgen Klopp didn't say. No, Jurgen Klopp just said, yeah, he's a good man.
SAEED, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola aren't going to come out and go, yeah, we like Rangnick, but he's a fucking.
No, but he said they've got great managers.
Steve,
I don't want to say that. Same as Bielsa. They say to me, "Oh, Pep said he likes Bielsa." Well, he's not.
I don't want to go back.
Fucking clown, is it?
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back because you're going to start saying me and Steve have started collaborating again or whatever. But we did say that he's a man for behind the scenes, not in front of a coach and not coaching.
No, but this is too premature, man. Please,
because
it's very
it's not
premature.
I think no, but like you said, I think it's going to get worse because
I know it will get worse.
I genuinely thought he's going to have the balls. If he's the big man that he is, I genuinely thought he's going to come in and shift Cristiano Ronaldo because it's. None of us are experts. None of us have gone into any coaching courses, the levels that these people have. But we could have told you. We told you.
What are these super chats, man? Togetherness. It's been there 2 minutes. What are these super chats?
He hasn't.
Togetherness. What is this all about here?
FUAD
Seriously, man. Get a grip of these super chats, man. Togetherness.
Let me tell you.
Go on anyway. Go on.
Liverpool went to White Hart Lane. It's not even called White Hart Lane. That's how dazzled they got me. What's it called now?
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, them ones. Yeah. Sat next to Toby, and I could see an identity that Conte's put into his team without hardly any time. Worse conversations.
It's been here less
what
than
is
2 weeks, man.
No, but I hear this. No, but I hear this too.
And also, I've also deleted your number from my phone book, but I'm gonna add it back because you told me Fred is a footballer, and you cussed me last week about Fred. You know, and I deleted it. I couldn't text you because I know you was busy. But I just deleted your number with anger.
And that's what I was. Bro, that's perfect because Fred was one of these players who, when Rangnick first came in, they were saying he could survive.
Watch him.
I like this.
Watch this.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
No, but the reason why I'm asking this coaching thing about Rangnick, even though it's early on, is because just Eddie Howe on the other foot today. We've seen him. Newcastle have been like almost a flat back five for the past 3 seasons, and in about 2 weeks now he's got them playing a 4-5-1 system. He's shifted Joel into it. He's making tactical tweaks. I'm saying, I'm asking you, do you think it was a panic situation in putting a director of football in charge till the end of the season, rather than saying, you know what, we'll actually make a ballsy decision and hire a manager? Because now you're as you said, it could get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, because this is what's this is when you have coaching and what you want to do, especially this Gherkin press, whatever you want to call it, it will take time.
Press, bruv. It's called Gherkin press.
Well, that's what it. But the way I'm not gonna compare him to Jurgen Klopp, but there was a similar resemblance of it. You know, Jurgen Klopp has some trials and tribulations, and these are going to be one of them. Yeah, and for me, it will take time, but he's hardly had a training session. Let's not judge him now. Let's not cascade him. What's the word? You know, kind of like, you know, put pressure on him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the word. Yeah.
SAEED, but why are you talking like this is some 3-year project? Like you lot all coming.
Not a 3-year project.
You were talking about you're doing up documentaries from the 90s, talking about how he's the father of this and that. He's going to come through and do this. When are you going to accept the fact that look, this guy, he's not what you lot thought he was going to be? Just come out and say how.
I'll let you guys say that.
You're talking about training sessions and not implementing stuff quickly. When you use something close to him, Tuchel came through. You could see what it was trying to do within the first day, bro. This guy caught a fly in the afternoon. Tactics implemented by the next evening. Klopp came in. You could see what it was trying to do. As much as Tottenham haven't performing too well, you can see what Conte is trying to do as well. You could see what all these, even Eddie Howe, you can see what all these different managers are doing. So you're not trying to defend and say Rangnick needs a bit more time, bro. He don't got no time, bro. He don't have no time. Time is not on his side. He's meant to be a director of football, so you lot should appreciate as he is. So I'm not hearing any of this, man. SAEED, usually you're better at this talk, but you're
this is what I do anyway. I do this a lot.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better, or it's premature? Which is
both. It's both. You know, the amount of talk that
you're
guys
sitting on the fence there, bro.
No, I'm not sitting on no fence, mate. Listen, I'm the last.
Come on.
I'm the last. No, hold on a minute. I went against a club legend. Mate. So if you want to know a person who says it real and keeps it real. I'm one of the first people, mate. When I call it as I see it. And right now, I'm not calling anything. I need time to assess what's fully going on. I need
time.
I need time.
How much time do you need, bro? How much time do you need?
I think you have to give him. He's here for 6 months. That's what you lot need to understand. This is a manager that's here for 6 months. Get that straight. He's not here for a long-term project. He's not here to do miracles. He's here to get top 4 and a trophy, maybe, and that's that. You know,
you said
so
getting cracking.
Sorry,
the Champions League. You said.
Sorry, yeah, but that's cup competition. I'm talking about the league. I'm talking about the league.
Oh,
in terms of
so
the
he's still going to win the Champions League. He's still going to win the Champions League.
Chelsea were poor in the league and they won the Champions League. So
don't compare Don't compare.
No,
what
we can't compare, mate. We can't compare. I'm not having that, mate. We can't compare. Cup competitions are different. All I'm trying to say to people is, I understand the banter. Let me just kind of close it up here. I understand the banter, yeah. But for me, I am not going to have a go at Ralf Rangnick. He needs time. United fans need to have patience. It will get better. But for now, he needs to understand it. He's got coaching staff. That's the biggest thing. There's no McKenna anymore. There's no Michael Carrick. These are guys that, you know, Chris Amas and the Ewan.
You're shameless, man. You're shameless. Oh, my Lord.
One second.
He makes some excuses.
Oh, my Lord.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. These guys, he's got his own coaches set up. We have to assess it. We have to look and see where it goes. But for now, to call Ralf Rangnick a fraud and to call this and that, for me, give him time. And we'll see where we go step by step.
Can I say?
That's all I can say.
I agree. You know, I kind of agree with him. But I think it's fair to say, in my humble opinion, I don't know where you guys are, but I think, you know, at the top, I think that, you know, we always call Arsenal the banter club. I think officially, Man United are the banter club.
I've been telling people for years, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
They are.
Tottenham are banter, but United
United right now are an absolute banter club.
Do you know what it is? The last crown they were holding on to, which was the top 4. I feel like once that little falls off, once they fall out of that, then you can.
But they're literally off that FUAD, man.
They're signing their spate this season.
You know what they were
with Ronaldo, by the way.
How they were swinging, they're literally like fingertips just left off that swings, man. You know, that's it. They're literally out of that top 4 as well.
No, listen, I understand. Let me just say something. I understand. Listen, we come to the territory. United, with the squad we have, we must do better. With any manager that comes in, he must do better with his squad. But at the same time, to question Ralf Rangnick at this stage, I think it's ludicrous. I really genuinely think.
Call out the players then.
How is it?
Hold on a minute. The players have to take responsibility. Some of the players for me.
Which one?
Sorry, I think Rashford was terrible. Rashford today, terrible. Rashford. I even think Varane today was terrible. I love Varane, but he was terrible today. And I think Maguire has to look at himself today. Bruno as well. You know, I thought Sancho tried today. I thought second half, I thought he played decent. But to me, I think it will take a lot of time. But he needs to assess which players suit the system. He needs to give people a chance. And he's giving
Tell me about Fred West. I just want to know about Fred West.
Well, Fred had a bad game today. What can I say?
Here's the thing. Do you know, Saeed, do you know what's funny though? Everybody used to say that McFred or whatever only used to start because they were Ollie's favourites. And now it's like since Rangnick's come in, that's all he's been playing, bro.
Every game.
Every game.
No. Three games.
And it's
Fred was good.
Same 3 games
outplayed by Norwich and Newcastle. Outplayed by Norwich and Newcastle, not Liverpool and City. If his first 2 games were against Liverpool and City, okay.
Yeah, but it's not one player doesn't make a difference, does it?
Chris,
collectively
Newcastle. Saeed, you play them players because you've got nobody else. Listen, people need to realise that this Manchester United team are 20 years behind us at the minute. 20 years. You can sign Ronaldo and sell your shirts and swing in the fucking car park because we're steaming the league. We're training sessioning at your ground and we're going to win the fucking league again while you're talking about gherkin ball. That's where Man United are now, gherkin ball.
Nah, listen.
You know what I mean?
Gherkin ball.
Now listen, you know what?
So you can keep Ronaldo, you can keep your swinging in your car park because we're Pep Guardiola and we're top of the shop.
All right,
19
all right,
points
man, all right, cool.
That's
all right, innit? You know, I'll let you have that one because at the end of the day we have no control over that.
Fans know that we're fucking
we
back
have no
in
control.
And all I
have no
read to the
control over that.
DMs, carry on with your gherkin ball, it's bollocks.
We have got
What's
a
that?
lot of super chats that I'm gonna get
Yeah,
through
man.
right
Let's read
now,
them all
people.
out, man.
Don't
Read them
worry,
all
I
out.
can save them.
All right,
Saeed.
Steve, relax on the Kirkin ball because we play that gegenpressing game. Relax, relax. Calma.
That's a Jurgen ball. That's a Jurgen ball. I'll allow that.
Alright,
Jurgen
okay.
ball.
Just relax a little bit.
A bit of a rhetorical question, Saeed. Don't bite yet, because there's a lot of them. Question to Saeed: Who is better? Who is the better PE teacher, Ole or Ralf? Ralphie Rangnick, baby. Viva Saeed. Missing says Gegenpress, Ronaldo, Sancho, and Champions League Varane. Cook this guy. Are you mad?
I've been cooked, man. I've been cooked. What more do you want, man? I've been cooked, man.
Facts.
Yeah, Ronaldo red card. They drop points. It is what it is. United played off the park by Norwich and Newcastle. I wonder when their results will catch up with the performances. It's been coming for years. They've been dead for years. Don't let second place and all this thing fool you. They ain't won a trophy since 2017. I know, like I said, Arsenal at times a joke. Tottenham, a lot of the time, a joke. Man United, since Ferguson left.
No, they've overtaken the Ban Club. They've overtaken the Ban Club.
Since Alex Ferguson has left, go look at Man United, please, and then talk to me. Saeed TV, more like Saeed Games in Hand TV. Oh yeah, the Games in Hand thing. Emil Smith wrote 8 goals, Ronaldo 7. It's all mad. Question for the panel: which goal did your team concede that made you sit back and say, "Fair play, what a goal"? This is a bit of a deep one. I can't even lie to you.
Today.
Man said today. There you go. There's Saeed's answer. I think we can get into this on another show, though, Nippon. But big up Nippon. Saeed flapping his lips about third. For the love of God, don't ever compare Ronaldo to Messi. I don't know how you look at football. Don't ever, please.
All right, man. That was a bit deep.
I'm saying.
Yeah, don't be aggressive on that.
Hey. Said it with chest, my bro. Saeed, you were screaming Ole out. You won. You got what you wanted. I just want to know why we ain't playing any different.
Takes time, man. Takes time.
This might be the answer. Ragnick's at the wheel, drink driving. Call 999. Big up Jimbo. Big up the panel. Thanks for all the great content. You got to big up Saeed, though, from DR Sports to Big Six. Long day today. And he forgot his belly. Saeed was twerking in the kitchen, banter in Chelsea. Now look. Ragnickers won't get top 6. Big up Usman. If United aren't top 4 by March, they won't make it. In March, they play City. Who's this one? And who's this? Chelsea, I guess.
Tough March. Nah, can't be me. Can't be me. Nah.
Who is it? City and who?
We play City. I think we play Liverpool as well. You know.
Oh, so no, but Liverpool's at the end of it. Athletic, whoever it is, David De Gea is an excellent stopper, but too poor at distribution. I agree. Being commanding and getting off his line. The best goalkeeper. Man, you bought Champions League Varane to scrape a Champions League spot. On a separate note, come on, you Gunners. We're going to get into that shortly. Saeed, there doesn't seem to be a togetherness. Isn't it a worry that there isn't even a lift in mentality? Usually a new manager at least raises the spirits a bit. What are you saying, Saeed? That one got you.
I can't. No. Respectfully, let's move on. Let's respectfully.
What happened to respect this chat? This skip is asking.
No, but that's what I said. Respectfully move on. That's what I just said.
They had articles about Ragbone's brilliance on the Athletic and One Football. Listen, that Athletic, they've put some bullshit out.
Coach's voice hype.
Hype. I can't lie. I'm like GRIZZ. The videos were getting sent every couple of days, like part 1, part 3, part 3. Coaching. Shush, hold the smoke and don't speak. He needs more than 2 weeks for Norwich and Newcastle. It's all mad. Saeed was screaming, Chelsea are humbled. We're reigning European champions. You're getting lit up by Joe Linton. Be humble, sit down, Saeed. The chat is on one today. Liam. Listen, this is a pylon. Shush, Turkish is loving it. I am loving it. I can't lie to you. Of course I am.
You know what? It's because I give it. That's why the super chats are coming out like mad. I give it, innit? But
Yeah. Like you said earlier, you said you give it, so you got to take it.
Yeah,
Ralf, Hassan Hutul, Ragnick, and the Gherkin pressing free. It's scary that Newcastle press was better than United's. Big up Blue Moon. United are finished. If they make the top 6, they should have a parade and start sweating in the car parks. I think Chelsea will drop out the Champions League spots.
Yeah, but you sport here with a United. Even Steve's grimacing. Like, why did you have to say United?
Man said even Steve.
Yeah, Steve don't like that kind of shit. I know Steve's a big boy. He don't like people saying United. Like that's cringe. But I appreciate the super chat.
United never signed Rangnick. They signed the guy that sings in his car on Instagram. Oh yeah, that guy. He does look like him still.
The pickle. Someone put the pickle press. progress.
This is more This is more kind of
Bro,
banter
that
version
is-
than fucking
that is wild. That is wild. Oh my god.
Hey, Rangnick
That
jokes
was-
might slap better than Ollie ones, you know.
Yo, man.
That
Too much
is
ammunition, man.
wild. What?
It's because Rangnick came with all the videos and the books and everything. He came with all of that.
Coach's
Ole
voice.
came with nothing. What's
Bro,
this one? As an Arsenal fan, love to see Turkish smiling in these shows. I was about to say it's been a while. I don't think I've been smiling since this show fucking started. But yeah,
I
I
smile
can't
for
smile
you,
for
innit?
now. Man,
I
you
smile
in the
for
mud.
you.
Love this show. Big up all you, man. Love for the love always, people. Ronaldo's like having 10 men if there's no tap-ins or penalties. CR7, the greatest PR GOAT. Don't ever compare him to Messi. And Sam, I think this was the last one in the list. I thought you would learn before you run your mouth, Saeed. You played Newcastle. You don't need time. You need Jesus. Imagine that. It's all mad.
Gabriel.
Is that it on United? Anyone else want to take shots? Because I don't mind giving more time for shots to United. You know, it is what it is.
Saeed wishes.
I think. I just want to say something about Newcastle because last week when I went there, I could see there was a lot of effort. The players are really, really trying for Eddie Howe. The fans are getting behind him as well. And I thought tonight Newcastle played well. You know what I mean? We're going in on United, but listen, they're in a dogfight. And like you say, Joe Linton to drop deep, and he was putting himself about. And do you know what? Joe Linton has had some shit, man. Since he comes to this Premier League with a big tag, he has had some shit. Now, he might not be the 20-goal striker they thought, but if Eddie Howe can get him into another role and he's doing the job, fair play. And listen, big up Newcastle, man. They're definitely going down with $1 billion in the bank, put it that way. But at least they're trying, man. And there's a bit of fight about them. They could have threw the towel in. But no, I think the Newcastle fans have got a lot to look forward to. I think they know it's going to come at some point. They might have to take a few knocks on the way. And I'm sure the Newcastle fans going home tonight are happy with that result. So fair play, Newcastle.
ASM was absolutely cooking as well.
Yeah, he was on
absolutely
fire.
cooking tonight. And Joe Linton as well. I think a lot of the criticism as well. I'm not going to turn around and say now that it was harsh or anything because I think it was rightly so considering the record fee that they paid. But when you're judging a man on his goals compared to now when he's playing in his deeper role, you're kind of judging him on his effort, his work rate. And I think Eddie Howe even said a lot of the times when an attacker does drop into midfield, your biggest concern is kind of defensively. But that's kind of his strong side of his game, if anything. He's a real bruiser in that midfield. So that might be a nice wrinkle Eddie Howe's done to kind of help keep them up, if anything, solidify them in midfield. But I think they could stay up. I said it. I know they're a lot of points behind and they're saying like it's the record lowest points for a team at this point of the season. But with that kind of money, I'm sure you could tempt one or two mercenaries if you could maneuver smartly, I think, and not kind of do what QPR did that season where they come up.
Loic Remy and that.
Hey,
I
Park
remember that
Ji-sung and
season,
Bosingwa on their last legs.
That was a mad one what they did, you know. More money than sense.
Jermaine Genius, Rio, they lost it, bruv.
Big up Giovanni as well. I didn't miss it. It was in the list, my bro, but here it is. The biggest hypocrite and overreactionary person in the world, Saeed. Talk about being humbled. Good luck trying to score against Atletico. I think the big six looks better. Replace the... What? Okay.
Oh, I see what he's on about, to be fair.
Replace the Jews. I don't know what you're saying here, my bro.
He's saying the way it's written.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
That's quite nice still, but you're going to give all these fucking impersonators a title now. You'll probably see about 4 channels come out with that show in the next week or so.
Oh, man.
Big
Thank
up
you for
those
the
channels
super chat.
there, though. I'm not going to say any names. Saeed, you still think United finishing above Chelsea?
Move on.
I've buried you alive.
Might as well get your prediction then. Might as well give your thoughts on Burnley
What
next.
prediction? Flipping out, mate. I don't want to play for a bit now. You know what, man? I don't know what this game's going to be. I'm going to go just 2-1 United. 2-1 United.
What? Nothing more to say on it?
Nah, mate. We need a lot of help, man. I tell you what, Burnley will come in and they'll just sit back and can we break them down? I don't know, man. Right now, I'm just devastated, man. And this, you're asking me for predictions, man. You know what I mean? What's going on here, man? But yeah, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. 2-1s can kind of scores where I don't know. It could be anything. I'm just going for 2-1.
2-1. GRIZZ, thoughts?
Where is it?
Old Trafford.
See, they've had a nice rest, you know. They've had a nice rest, and they've had a lot of games cancelled, man. They're gonna come and park the bus, and Maxwell Cornet, you know what I mean? He might think, yeah, it's United, and big smile right upon his face when he sees Harry Maguire and them, man. Yeah. I'm gonna say if it's Norwich, Newcastle, and Burnley, and we're still talking about them like this, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So surely they've got to pull out a win. 2-0 United.
2-0. FUAD, what's the word? Before you go, Tobes has predicted 3-0 United. And he actually sent me that before the Newcastle result because he's not on the show tonight. But yeah, he has to stick with it, unfortunately.
He was already sipping when he sent you that.
He's in Ghana right now, people. That's why he's not here, so he's enjoying life.
I'd go probably a 2-1 Burnley win, to be honest. I think United are just kind of...
What is this?
They need to get the engine started again. Burnley are coming off a fresh break. I think Ashley Barnes and Woods, a bit of shithousery. Shake up Maguire and Varane. I can see it. Even at OT, trust me. Because OT has not been a fortress for United for a long time now. For a long, long time.
That's true about OT. I can't lie. Yeah, that's true.
Bro, Palace have come there. We've come there. Bare teams have gone to Old Trafford and got points. Trust me. It's not that crazy to see Burnley.
Yeah. Now, Tobes isn't Ghanaian. Tobes is Nigerian, but he's in Ghana now enjoying.
Is he eating Ghanaian food, though? Hey.
Yeah, damn. What'd you say? Who said? Steve, did you say something?
No.
I'm hearing just Steve's voice in the air. It's mad. Matisse has predicted 2-0. Damn.
I'm going 2-1 Burnley as well. I can't lie. This is demon period for Burnley. You know what I'm saying? 40 points needed to secure this thing at the end of the season. Rangnick, do you know what I mean? Coming through with the beautiful pressing system. They're not going to get past Burnley, do you know what I'm saying? So it's not their of dreams, their of nightmares. They're going to get patterned, man. 3 points collected and keep this stepping. R.I.P. SAEED, man. Rest in peace, bro.
Listen, I will be back, man. My energy will be back. You know, United fans, don't worry, man. This happens, innit? But I will be back. Don't worry.
The man said United fans, don't worry.
Don't worry, man. I can't. This is not me, man. I feel a bit weird, man. I thought my chest was out, man, after Ollie, man. But I'll tell you what, man.
It's back down again. What are you saying? It's been burst.
Back down again, mate. I'm telling you, mate. It's mad. It's mad.
I'll put 3-1. I'm sticking 3-1 United. I'm sticking with it. Fuck it. I don't know. I just think they'll bounce back. They got too much quality. I know it's not working for them at the moment, but I think Burnley dead. Not saying Newcastle or anything, but 3-1. Steve. And before you go, Steve, Big Steve, you still think Newcastle will go down, even with the amount they could spend in January?
Listen, anyone that thinks it's Championship manager and you can just go out and get whoever you want and slot them in, it just don't work like that. You're not going to get a certain caliber of player coming to Newcastle in this predicament. They might get 3 or 4 signings who are maybe going to be out of contract and maybe survive, but the real quality signings, it's just not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a 10-year process, this, you know what I mean? I think they're going to go down. And I think they're going to struggle to come back because they're going to be the big boys down there with all the money. They're going to get the whole outlook on Newcastle is going to change now. It happened with City. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to be throwing that money at them and all this shit. And listen, if they stay up, they've got a great chance of building quicker. If they go down, you know what I mean? They might have to take a few knocks along the way.
Fair enough. Prediction?
I think United will win 2-1.
2-1 United win. That's all the United predictions in. People, there's 4.4K watching live. First and foremost, big up you guys for always tuning in twice a week, every week, in between game weeks.
Legit figures.
Come on. You know this already, man. You know what it is. Watch the likes, watch the comments. You know it's all real. Hit the like button, people. As always, get it up to above 1,000 before the show. Well, we should say 2,000 today, really. It's 4.4K half an hour in. But also do me a favor, Dam and FUAD, both channels in the description. Obviously, they're not regulars, so I know a lot of you guys haven't seen or subscribed to them, but make sure you do, because there's a lot of content always coming out. You'll see me on that channel in the new year, as well as GRIZZ, SAEED, Steve. As usual, their channels are there, and THUGGERY's too, so big up THUGGERY. We didn't get anything. People were asking him for a SAEED clip today. You must think THUGGERY is a wizard or something in 20 minutes.
He tried to put a message in on the watch along, man. I was a bit worried, man. I thought he's going to conjure up something quickly. Yeah,
I said he was a bit worried. Scott
bit
Thuggery, I
worried,
think a New Year special if that Burnley result doesn't go Saeed's way might be perfect, man. It might be perfect. But look out for
gonna
the
sue him,
motion
mate.
picture, May 2022. I'm waiting for that one still.
Hmm?
What's next? Chelsea. Damn. Bounce back from a little rough.
Wow, that was needed, man. You know, you need to go to the spa. You need to get like that massage done. You need to get relaxed and back into all that. That's where it was. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been pretty in the last few weeks. Tuchel's defensive blues have been conceding goals left, right, and center. But we did the business. You know what I'm saying? 3-1, the Lukaku back on the score sheet. 1v1 Demon, Calamot in the door getting involved and whatnot. But I can't really complain, man. You know what I'm saying? Standard 3 points collected. And we just keep it moving, to be honest. There's not really too much to talk about because that game, I mean, Jorginho, 2 penalties, Lukaku back with another goal. He's beating the fluidity accusations. Do you know what I'm saying? FUAD, come on, man. You know, that's our boy, in it. You know what I'm saying? Man, like Big Rom. I've been telling you a lot that he's going to cook eventually when Tuchel can manage to get things flowing properly. But here we are, man. This is the first goal of many. 6 minutes off the bench. He's getting headers and whatnot. Callum is cooking on the left-hand side. So it's looking good once again. We're operating in silence right now. I'm not going to make too much noise. I'm not going to shout too much. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave that to Matisse for when he comes back.
You've just been screaming 1v1 demons and you can't all of a sudden now. Whoa.
I didn't shout now. I didn't shout. No, I'm not shouting too much in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shouting too much, but all I've got to say is like, see how I was bullying defenders and everything. I'm saying it how I saw it. I'm not making too much noise. So it's good, man. It's good to get the 3 points again. Obviously, we've got up against a few other teams, and then big one, prepping for that big one against Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? At the turn of the year, so I think we need to get on the next. It's a good way to start building up that momentum because I still feel like this title charge that Steve is so convinced about, I don't think it's over yet. I'll be honest with you. I still think we can get something done there. But let me not talk too much.
You see, because
That's unlike you, Dan. It's unlike you.
Because everyone might not be privy to this, but I was fortunate enough to do some streams with Dammy before the season, and I knew what his energy was like when the season was starting. You see, and when Lukaku was signed for 98 million after following a nice Euros, it was all, you know, we're coming for the title. There's gonna be no stopping us. We're European champions, and now we've added a world-class striker, and now we're celebrating. He's beating fluidity charges. Nah, bro. Like, I don't want to be hearing from you. We're still in the title race. You are in the title race, and this upcoming 2 games that you have against City and Liverpool are real acid tests to see where Tuchel's at. Because this is where I said to you before the show started: great managers are judged on league titles, bro. Anyone can do a cup run where it's 7 games or 6 games where you can have fortunate results.
How come the manager can't do it?
The other manager. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is.
And I'm just asking the question, innit? You said anyone can do it. So like,
what do you mean? Antonio Conte has won league titles, bro.
Like you said any manager can go out and win like the cup runs in. I'm just asking about Conte's. I'm asking his own team.
Di Matteo did it, bro. Dud managers have come in and won big trophies, bro. It's happened. Let's not act like it's a foreign thing. Come on, we all watch football here. But to win league titles, that's what great managers do. And Tuchel now is being spoken about like he's truly one of the great managers, bro. I hope he doesn't fall off in this second half of this season. And I hope your big money 98 million signing turns up as well, because I feel like could be the deciding factor in whether you win the title or not. And if you're talking about 12-game droughts for a world-class striker, that's
unfair, isn't it? But you see, that's unfair, isn't it?
And I get, because he has to adapt to the team and the team has to adapt to him. That's up to Tuchel now. Tuchel's adapted the defense. He's had 1 year to adapt the defense and get it down to a T to how he wants it. Now I expect the next 6 months or so, he's going to be coming a year into his job. Lukaku's had a bit of time to develop. You've been European champions for a while. I'm expecting a serious run this second half of the season. Like, you lot shouldn't be shirking away from the title race at all, in my opinion.
No, but you know what it is like I was listening to you lot on stoppage time, innit, when Cam mentioned the fact that Tuchel had improved their attackers. Do you know what it is like I'm not even gonna lie to you. This talk about going for the title and everything, I still back it deep down. But my only issue, and this is not an excuse by the way, I'm not a Liverpool fan or whatever. Like injuries, right? Injuries have actually messed us over a lot this season. Do you know what I'm saying? That, like, I used to take the piss out of Liverpool fans for it, but I'm starting to see it firsthand. Like,
but you grew up.
Yeah. Let's not do this again, man. Let's not do this again, man. Man, you know I love you, but let's not do this again. Yeah, let's not do this again. But now, listen, like at the end of the day, like with all the injuries that you're getting left, right, and center, at the end of the day, these are the problems that Chelsea's attack have had, and that's what's happened to Lukaku. You don't come around getting Runa and then you just jump straight back into the squad. But when you jump into the squad, you get like a hammy there or this there. So when people talk about, oh, he's not scored a goal for Chelsea in the Premier League since September. Bro, how many games was he actually available for? Those are the sort of problems we're having. People are crapping on Kai Havertz. Oh, he's got COVID again. Not only has he done that, he's getting injuries. People are talking about Mason Mount. He's getting run into the ground. You've got players playing with broken backs and everything. Listen, there are all sorts of injuries and stuff all over the place. So the fact that we're still only 6 points...
Mate.
Shut up! Of all people to chat to me, you know.
Bollocks,
of all the listen, if anybody else,
bollocks.
if anyone else on this thing, yeah, if anyone else on this thing has,
are you playing this?
I'm looking at the stats now. Lukaku
Bruh,
started
listen.
8 games. Lukaku started 8 games out of those 12s that you're supposedly saying he wasn't fully available for. I just checked the stats, but
yeah, but my point is like if you started 8 of those games, raw. Okay, you got me there to be fair. But listen. Listen, no, but my point is
I do my homework.
Nah, but do you know it's for? Like the truth is like you can't really get all these attackers on par if they're not going to be able to build chemistry. Why has Liverpool's attack worked so well over the last few years? Because they've had so many months and so many games and so many minutes together where they can build the chemistry and they can realize where they're going to be running into the spaces they're going to be occupying when certain passes are made. Chelsea haven't had that. When you try and get Mason Mount, Havertz and Lukaku on the pitch, one gets injured or one gets a booking or whatever. And so there's never any chance to build anything. So this Chelsea's attack is lacking and this and that. I find it quite offensive, man. I can't lie to you.
I hear the availability.
The second half of the season, second half of the season, if our players are available, I promise you, like, I'm so happy we're only 6 points behind City. You know what I'm saying? If it was anything more, I would have been a bit more skeptical. But we still have enough in the time to actually get something through the end of the season. So I still believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I still believe.
I hear the availability thing, but all I'm saying is you was also one of those guys that was the 2 world-class 11 dons.
Absolutely.
You was also hyping up Captain America, Callum Hudson-Odoi, the 1v1 demon, Mason Mount, England's best young talent, Kai Havertz, the next whatever you lot want to call him. You lot were calling him all of these things. And now Lukaku, cool, I can understand he needs a bit of time. But then the others have to step up. And I feel like tactically, in those 2 10s behind Lukaku have been a big disappointment this whole season for Chelsea. I feel like a lot of your creativity struggles have come from 2 players simply not stepping up in them roles, which is why you've kind of been over-reliant on your wing-backs. But for me, I still feel like sometimes they're kind of given a pass as if to say like Havertz didn't cost 90 million. As if, Mason Mount, he has been performing up to the standards, but there's still times when you look at others to step up. Ziyech, what has he done, bro? He's come in as a ready-made player. He was performing in the Champions League, and now you're like, what? You can't handle Burnley, you can't handle Norwich.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Million, didn't he? Nah, it was 37, 33 actually. Sorry, not 40. Come on, man. Yeah. Nah, it was 33. That's 7 million is a lot of money, bro. Now, there are certain individuals I don't really. But listen, like, FUAD, I hear where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, like, it still boils down to the fact that a lot of these people have been injured. Pulisic, look at his injury record. I'm not going to come out here and defend them because I can't lie to you. Like, for players like Havertz, I've been saying, I said, look, he's my favorite player in the squad, but very soon, if things don't, we're going to have to start a dialogue on Kai Havertz. Do you know where I'm coming from? Mason Mount, Chelsea's highest scoring player in the Premier League this season. Recently, he's been off the mark, even the game yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like, he should be missing chances like that. That's ridiculous. So for me, you've got all these different players making mistakes, but I have to look at all the Achilles heels that we have in this squad. You talk about the 2-10 players in that pocket. Tuchel adjusted and made them push out wide, and things are looking beautiful because fullbacks occupy those 10 positions and we're playing as the creative players, kind of like how Liverpool does their thing, but except they are far wider on the pitch. So things were changing, and when the tactics picked up, that's when we were smashing team 7-6-0, bro. But then injuries came along, and we got like 7, 8, 9 injuries plus Runa and everything. Come on, man. You can't really.
I'm not hearing injuries, bro. Nah. 2 world-class 11s. 2 world-class 11s.
But they're all getting injured,
and
bro.
You've got the best academy in the world.
You want to drag Lacombe into this now? Nah.
Injury talk ain't working here, bro. That ain't gonna run. No way.
What about Tammy Abraham? Why did you sell Tammy Abraham? You know, these are all the things you guys, Chelsea, sold Tammy Abraham because you said you didn't need depth. You wanted Lukaku. So, end of the day, these are your fault. These are the Chelsea reasons. So, end of the day, you can't say, you know, it's not our fault and whatnot. And that's all.
Nah,
you
man.
know,
I can't believe
listen,
you're telling me that if your team has players like Jorginho goes out, Kovacic goes out, Kante goes out, Loftus-Cheek goes out, you've got nothing in midfield. Pulisic goes out, Havertz goes out, Ziyech goes out, Werner goes out, Lukaku goes out, Chilwell goes out. All these players, Thiago Silva goes. So all these men go out injured or strike over. Now, when they were all out at once in one point in time, go check it. There was a point in time when we had all these players out.
I feel as though
all these top players out. You're gonna have massive issues, aren't you? Nah,
I feel as though I need to put my hand up to speak. With permission, please. Dan.
Here we go again.
No, I just need permission.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I tried not to interrupt.
Permission granted, bro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Look, you've named about 10 players granted, yeah? Can you name one of them that's been out for the season or a long-term injury? Being injured for a week or two shouldn't affect a club like Chelsea Football Club, where they've got 2 world-class 11s to rotate and come in, rotate, come in. Injuries, when we cried about injuries, we had season-ending motherfuckers. Yeah, we had people on crutches for 9 months and shit. You've had a couple of injuries here and there, granted. Lukaku's been the main injury because
Chilwell,
your left back. But the thing is, this is where I'm coming from, innit? You're talking about your left back as if he's your £100 million striker, which actually he was, because your goals were coming from fullbacks and centre backs. Me, and I'm sorry, Steve, I'm gonna have to drag you in a little bit. Me and Steve told you the last time you was on the show that this is not sustainable. I think the last time we spoke, I think you was on the back of Chelsea where you made a lot of noise when you came to Anfield and you told me about ourselves. I think since then the two clubs have shown, like City and Liverpool, that you are naturally, and you are a step below us. You've done well. I think it was a crucial 3 points against Aston Villa. I'm not going to take that away from you. But to suddenly come with the analysis of straight away one-on-one demons, I don't even know the terminology. Forgive me. FUAD knows the terminology better than me.
No, I was taking the piss out of Toby. I can't lie, because Toby's not here. That's just the
but a lot of the terminology I hear from Chelsea fans starts coming out, and I get lost and bemused. I'm not going to lie. It's that attitude that you think, we just told SAEED to humble himself and humble his club a little bit. You know what I mean? I think Chelsea, all we ask as, I'm not neutral, but I think the neutrals would ask is just humble yourselves a little bit. Like the 2 world-class 11s, the Cobham, Tuchel is Klopp's master, all this. Man, people need to just relax a little bit. Injuries do take a toll. We know about injuries, but we're talking about season-ending injuries, not 1 or 2 weeks out. He has to manage it. We also said that it's just not sustainable when your fullbacks and your centre-backs are your top scorers. Like you invested 100 million, then you invested last season. How much was it on Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, Cobham, so he doesn't count. Who else? There's another attacker that you bought as well.
Ziyech, Werner, Havertz.
Yeah, the point being is, I agree he's stiffened you up. He's made you very hard to beat initially. Now he needs to sort of expand and add variety to your game. And I think that's where he's lacked. And I don't think it's an unfair analysis. I think that's a very fair analysis.
GRIZZ, I want to ask you honestly, and I don't want to keep on talking about Chelsea for too much.
Yeah. No do we, brother. No do we.
Yeah. But like, finally, just my last thing is like, when you guys talk about this attacking issue, like, once again, like, they are attackers. Like I said, I appreciate that we need to work on certain things, but this direct, like I said, the injuries and the old COVID stuff that's happening is massively affecting it, because at the end of the day,
you guys, brother.
When you're creating 25 to 30 chances a game and the attackers aren't really finishing them off, is that down to the manager not being creative enough? I rest my case. You don't create 30 chances a game for so many games, and
then all we ask is that humility that GRIZZ asks. Don't hype these players up, please. That's it.
But that's what I literally just told you. I need to start.
That's Chelsea fans, isn't it? That's Chelsea fans.
Nah, SAEED, man, I hate you, man. Oh my god.
No, but you lot are minions, man. When things are going well,
I'm a minion. Raw, look at you. Well, you don't know what?
No, it's a long season.
Let's not do this. Nah, don't do this.
It's a long season. Shit can change.
No.
They could. Look,
you know what? We'll have this conversation.
Damn, you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I'm not even putting you totally out of the title race. I'm being real. You win your next 2 league games against us and City, it's fucking game on. This title is up for grabs, as the famous commentary line said. Brother, I'm telling you, but as experienced campaigners, we told you so.
Steve, we haven't heard from you yet, and I know you went viral on TikTok and a couple other platforms this week. That Tuchel's a fraud comment you made on Mank Talk. We got Mank Talk as well, SAEED channel.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go on mute.
Listen, what I said is about the gremlin syndrome. It's right. Beginning of the season, I went to the Champions League final in Porto with my chest out, convinced we was going to win. Yeah, we didn't win. I came on all their channels, Dan, all the boys ripped me apart. The season started. It was Thomas Tuchel's a tactical genius. We've signed Lukaku. We're going to do this, and this. I said, okay, fair enough. So I let it roll. Yeah. When we played them at Stamford Bridge, I seen it with my eyes. They ain't as good as they think they are. The fan base isn't as confident as he thinks it is. These Muppets were dancing round on roundabouts, talking absolute nonsense. I couldn't understand the fucking word they were saying, telling us about one-on-one demons. This is going to happen. Shia Burts, Cobham this, Cobham that. You've got about 200 players on loan and you're telling us about injuries. How the fuck can you, Chelsea, complain about injuries when the amount of players you've got out on loan? If I came on here and said Man City had injuries, I'd be ripped apart. But the facts are this, yeah? Chelsea are not as confident as they think they are. He can hold his little cup up. I was in the stadium, mate. I seen it. I don't have little plastic fucking cups. But all I'm saying is this, mate. You and Matisse are gremlins. You're back in gizmo mode now. You're all furry and cuddly and everyone wants to stroke you. You'll be all right. But when you win a couple of games, you'll be swinging off the fucking lampshade. But Chelsea Football Club, Tommy Tuchel, give it to the end of the season and they'll be crying to get him out of the club. I'm telling you now. Because they're not even... I was having DMs of Chelsea fans saying, do you know what, Steve? I think you might be right. Tuchel might not be the man. He just won the Champions League.
Anybody that DMs you that, anyone that DMs you that was not a Chelsea fan. There's not a single, there's no single Chelsea fan. There's not a single Chelsea fan that's going to tell you.
I'll put them up. I've got the... No, I'm talking about proper Chelsea fans, not the kids that you and Matisse play with in the playground.
No.
Listen, I'm talking about proper football fans, isn't it?
Listen, if you have me on Twitter, a lot of the Chelsea fans that I chat to and they're late 40s and 50s. Listen, none of them are there. None of them are. Listen, I watch them with my eyes, bro. All four of my eyes. All four of them, bro. All four. I watch them with all four, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, all I've got to say is, when I was listening to that, I could feel a bit of salt.
That was no salt. I admitted that Chelsea deserved to win the Champions League. Listen, I could turn around and say Pep Guardiola dropped a bollock, but I'm not going to do that. Listen, we know what went on, and you're the champions of Europe. But I'm telling you now, to be an elite manager, you have to keep a team at an elite level for 38 games in a season, regardless of injuries, rain, sleet, or snow, and win the league. Don't come in a get draws and win the cup. Let's see the real.
What I'm going to say is I'm very happy. What I will say to you is I'm happy that in the first less than 12 months, to have 2 trophies, I'm very satisfied. So anyone that's told you that you want him fired, them man there in your DMs, those are the plastics. You know what I'm saying? Not us. Them man there are the plastics. But this is his first full season. It's his first full season. Listen, like I said at the start of the season on my show with FUAD and Years, I said, look, listen. Yeah, because it was a tactical masterclass.
You can't even beat Burnley, mate. You can't beat Burnley, so what are you talking about?
I mean, you lot struggle sometimes. You see Pep catching his ball. Listen, didn't you not play? Why you not playing this as well in the Champions League? Listen, didn't we swipe you tactically in the Champions League as well? What are we talking about here? Why are you acting like this guy didn't tactically outclass the manager 4 times and then to revolve his head? Listen, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Listen, we're not going to do this now.
Let's look into some of the super chats because we've got a fair few again. So we're going to get through them all. People, don't worry, I've got them saved. The first one here.
R.I.P.
Come on, throw me chicken leg.
Big up FUAD and the stoppage time man them. Great show. Watch it every week. And it's true, you know. I just added the 360 TV channel into the description below as well. FUAD, Culture Cams, and May. They all do their stoppage. How often is it? Once a week?
Yeah, every Monday.
Once a week, every Monday. And it's a very good show. Something chilled, something, a bit of banter. Some good football knowledge, nothing viral and all that madness that people like to do. Straight
clickbait.
Football.
Nothing clickbaity.
No.
Yeah, and 360 TV as well. They support the show a lot. They post it on their channel. They post Steve, SAEED, everyone really. So big up them lot doing their thing. FUAD salty Spurs agenda is crazy. Lukaku has literally missed 8 league games through injury this year. Judge him when he's playing. Joint second, we're there. Najib says Hudson-Odoi is the creative fulcrum and should start. As for Lukaku, people wanted to criticize him when he was injured and had COVID. The crunch time is now.
No, that's fair. I agree,
That's fair.
That's fair.
Crunch time now. Facts.
Don't let them rattle you down. We know who we are. Silverware FC. Y'all can fight for top 4. Why is FUAD talking? Didn't your team just crash out of the Europa Nonsense League?
Hey, good one. I didn't even got no comeback to that.
Amber says Lukaku 4 goals, 1 assist in 7 Premier League starts this season. Mad.
When they start tweaking the stats to starts and all of this, you know they're fighting.
Yeah, but it's true, isn't it? But you know what?
Yeah, no, let's not get started on Lukaku again. We can go for ages. Tom says big.
Yeah. Me and Steve
Given the injury crisis, 6 points off top.
This super chat. Oh,
how well did Liverpool fans fare last season? Chelsea has the most rotated for this season statistically.
I love this. This is what I
There's
was
no
saying.
chemistry.
This is what I was saying. This is exactly.
I could answer it, but we need to move on. I could answer it and thank him for the super chat, but we must move on. We must move on.
I'm just saying.
Liverpool and Chelsea are joint points. Grizz, are you okay? Spurs fan talking about humility.
Am I dead?
Fuck are they?
Hey. Oh,
Turkish, tell this Chelsea guy to show some respect. What is it all about showing the cup and all? If you can talk, you better listen too. I don't take that as no disrespect. Damn this damn. You gotta get to know him. Subscribe to this channel. Can't complain about missing players due to injury.
Man, can you imagine? Nah, man. When you got some UCL cups, bring them to my table, bro.
Yeah,
Mate, you're literally showing me a cup you got off Poundland, mate. Amazon.
That wasn't Poundland. It wasn't Poundland, actually. I got it from work. They gave it to me as a gift. So that
Man said it wasn't Poundland. It's from work.
It wasn't Poundland. It wasn't Poundland, man. It wasn't Poundland.
So Haim says, can't complain about missing players through injury. We benched our best striker, Oba, and replaced him with a 20-year-old, and we became better. Hashtag find a solution. Tommy says, damn is the living example of why we hate Chelsea fans. I won't say that last bit. And we Snooker here says, why do modern fans struggle to say we've not been good enough instead of always trying to find excuses?
What a snooker.
A man who loves accountability.
Nah, but you know what? I'm not going to drag this argument any longer. In it. Like I said, I'm not going to say too much.
You're snookered, brother.
Thierry Henry in the building with a Lacazette DP says, you know what? So brazy, certain man was screaming game in hands. Had Bruno and Ronaldo having a moan off with Mia Khalifa. Jokers, imagine. It's all mad.
All right, you know, a guy that's got Avi of Lacazette when he's got the name of Thierry Henry. I won't take any advice from you, mate.
Saeed's been quiet there. All of a sudden, just got rattled quickly. We got Thierry Henry in the chat.
I'm thinking, man. I'm just taking time, innit? I'm thinking.
Predictions: Chelsea, Brighton. Matisse has predicted 2-0. Damn, what are you saying?
Nah, man. I don't know why he thinks we're going to keep a clean sheet. I'm going to do 3-1.
3-1. That's exactly what I've gone with. 3-1. Steve?
Is it at the bridge?
Yeah.
2-1.
2-1.
Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah. SAEED?
Mate, I think it'll be.
SAEED stressed. Man, just
I'm stressed, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I might be bottom of the league by the time this predictions come out, man. You know what I mean? It could be double jeopardy. I'm gonna go with.
Still be ahead of United. Come on.
Oh, this. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 going with a clean
After
sheet.
all
Grizz.
that, this is what I hate about you, innit? You dupe me in, like you get me in there, and like we cuss Chelsea, and then you go for 2-0 Chelsea, and I'm confused now. You know what I mean? You dupe me in.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Duped. Oh, no. You're in the
Brighton,
hotel.
what
You
is
got
Brighton?
all night. You got all night to Google it. So I'm gonna go. I think it was look. We had a bit of laugh and a joke about Chelsea. I think it was a crucial 3 points against Villa. Massive
100%.
3 points.
100%.
Massive 3 points because that was a tricky game. And I thought Villa were hot in that first half.
Yeah.
I think the comeback of Lukaku and a few certain players, I think they should beat Brighton at home, man. 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0 as well. Tobes has gone 2-0.
1-0 Chelsea.
You're going to win a tight 1-0. Say no more.
FUAD, my guy.
What did Toby say?
Toby said 2-0. Sorry, Grizz.
The man's always copying me.
What's that 3-point lane, guy?
How does he know?
smiling
He's
at?
not even seen us.
You don't deserve to sit on the big table. Go and take a walk.
Who's that to?
There's no holds barred in the chat today. I can't lie. All predictions.
Who's that to? Who's that to? Is that to me?
Me.
You talking about me?
That wasn't to you.
me.
Relax, Saeed, man. You think all the shots are coming your way.
You relax, man.
Calm.
You had shots as well, just diverting them upwards. It's mad.
Can't
As
lie,
a
man. We're
sensible
on.
Everyone's
Chelsea
catching
fan,
strays, don't
I
worry.
agree with Steve, says Jason. Fair enough. Well, on Steve, we might as well touch on Man City. A bit of a scare, Steve. 4-0 up, 4-3, but then you coasted to the end 6-3. And who have you got next? Brentford away, which is Brentford have kind of fallen off
It's
recently.
like they've paid the league to have fixtures like this.
It wasn't a scare. It was just. I've never seen. Well, I've never seen it, but I've seen it a lot. We see it. It's mad, mate, because we came out of the block so fast. Raheem Sterling was like a man possessed first 10, 15 minutes. We came out of the game, so like you say, unreal. They couldn't touch the ball. We was on them like mad. So you get 4-0 up. And I think what happened, I think complacency set in. I seen like people. I went for a piss at half time. There must have been thousands of people just underneath on the beers, Christmas time. They weren't even bothered. Everyone was like singing and that. Come out the second half, it was very like disrespectful, if you would say. A lot of the fans were just thinking this could be like a Leeds, you know what I mean? And then we miss Rodri, you know. Rodri's a massive part of what we do. And Fernandinho came in. And when we've got the ball, Fernandinho's great. He can receive it, he can pass it, great. When we haven't got the ball and they're putting us under pressure, it was like a hot knife through butter. Basically, Fernandinho couldn't cope, and then they started piling on. I think they knew that. And then, not like you say, got back to 4-3. But then I think everyone thought, you know what, fucking hell, we need to sort this out here. And we just turned it up a gear, you know what I mean? We turned it up a gear. We got the 6. Imagine being a City fan and telling yourself that we've got to score the 6 to be safe. Can you imagine that? That's how I was thinking. We need 6 to be safe. Because Leicester had a real goal. First half, they were pulled apart. Second half, they had a goal. You know what I mean? But Rodri's a massive miss. Kyle Walker as well. When you're letting him run through the middle like that, because Fernandinho he's just legs have gone. He's just not up to it. You need Kyle Walker there. We're at 6s and 7s. Laporte's mistake. He slipped and he left Diaz in a 60-40. But Diaz is one booking away from the suspension, so I didn't think he wanted to clatter him. Anyway, it is what it is. But look, we conceded 3 goals, but we're top of the league. We're winning the games. Do you know what I mean? We've scored 6. You know what I mean? We can look at the goals you conceded. Yeah, we conceded them. I'm sure they're going to put that right. But we're playing really well at the minute. The team's buzzing. You know what I mean? The squad's doing what we know it's capable of. We said about the rhythm. We're kicking in at Christmas time. We've got Brentford and then Arsenal. You know what I mean? If we can come out of that with maximum points, it leaves us full steam ahead after into the new year. But Rodri is a bit of a problem there because I seen a stat today. There was something like so many counter attacks we'd got against us when Rodri was there. It was nothing, and then when Fernandinho's played, it's literally like waves coming at us. So I hope he's back. I think we'll get away with it at Brentford, but Arsenal, we want Rodri back. We want Kyle Walker back, and we just got to keep going. But as a Man City fan, City fans are happy. They were even doing the Poznan in the corporate lounge. So all them that paid 350 quid for a meal and that, they were all doing the Poznan. It was just a bit of a mad game. But I'm just glad we got the 3 points, to be honest.
Rodri's actually been so good, you almost forget like Fernandinho needed replacing at one point. Now that Fernandinho's so far off it, you're almost like, right, where did that come from?
He can't do it. He's simple. When we've got the ball, like I say, and he's in that middle and he's getting it from Edison and turning and playing it into midfield, he's still great. But when Leicester were turning the screw and Madison and that were getting forward and running at us, and Adam Luckman and that was coming at us, he was all over the place. He was all over the place. You know what I mean?
When people talk about DMs and they say it's unfashionable, anyone can really be a DM as long as you're physical and you can tackle. Go and check out Fernandinho the decade before, and go and check out Rodri and people like Fabinho and Casemiro who have done these roles for years. It's the most crucial position, especially in the Premier League. And yesterday showed, because I think Rodri's, and I've said it, like we done a team of the year and on my channel yesterday, and I picked Rodri. Picked Rodri clear, and everyone was like, "Wow, not Fabinho." This and that. I was like, "No, Rodri is levels
he's
about
been
amongst
next level. He's been
Rodri
to Pep as well. It's a credit to Pep because he came in and people was going, "Oh, he's not this player, he's not that player," but they expected this instant reaction. He had to sort of ghost Fernandinho for a season. Basically, look what he does. And then last season he was okay, but this season it's like as always, as if Pep said, "Right, Ferner's not going to do it this year. This is your chance. Go out there and prove us all wrong." And he's been absolutely sensational.
Well, but the thing is, even Fabinho needed a season. And so Rodri, like you need a season to sort of adapt to the pace of the Premier League is wild. And I think he's near enough. I told you he's near enough perfected that role, and it does. And that's the one thing Man City have got. Fucking, we talk about Chelsea's 2 world-class 11s. Man City's squad is fucking ridiculous. But I think you'll agree, Steve, the one position that I would love to see. No, I would have never wished injury on any player. But if Rodri was to be out for a significant time,
we'd struggle.
I think it will be a total different
because
City
it's the most important
Gundogan
part. Yeah. Because when teams break on us, you've got to know when to, especially Fernandinho. He knew when to foul, or he knew when to just get.
Now he can't even catch you to foul you.
Yeah, Rodri now though, he's not fouling, he's fresh, he's getting his leg in and pulling away with the ball. And teams are like, fucking hell, I thought I was away. Then next minute, Rodri, and the size of the man is huge. He's coming around the back, he's winning the ball. Everywhere across the park, we look good. Cancelo, you know what I mean? Zinchenko's filled in because Walker's been injured. I prefer Cancelo to be left back, Walker to be right back. Diaz and Laporte, Edison, do you know what I mean? Sterling's got a new lease of life. Mahrez is playing fantastic at the minute. We're rotating the false 9. De Bruyne's looking like the old De Bruyne, you know what I mean? He's coming back, getting a bit of game. Don't forget Phil Foden, Grealish on the bench, mate. You know what I mean? Still not playing. There's still plenty on that bench to come on. Even Kai, the Brazilian kid, he was on the bench at weekend. I was hoping if City had been maybe 5-0 up or something, they might have threw him on, but obviously the game took.
Ain't that deal meant to go through in January? How has he even made a bench?
No, we got, because we had no striker, we paid the deal early, so we got him in. He's been training with us for about 3 months, but he's been playing in the under-23s. Scored a few goals and that, and then he was on the bench at weekend. You might see him over this festive period, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, it depends on how the games are looking. We've had a few cancellations already. Thierry Henry's back. SAEED, should I change it to Emil Smith-Rowe because he's got more goals than certain man's goal and he comes off the bench, no pens. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, you know. And then he goes, cheer up. You still have games in hand. I feel bad for SAEED, but he brought this up to himself. Listen, we're on Man City now. We need some more Man City. Leave SAEED alone for a bit. I say a bit, but it is what it is. Original Base says, so why is every United fan not holding their smoke? We now gone from title challenge to top 4 to not even making top 8. United fans hold this L. And Steve, a question for you. MCFC Vision says, fans going concourse on 38 minutes and not returning till the 55th spreads complacency to the players. It pisses me off, Steve, when they do it.
Mate, honestly, at City, I've never seen anything like it. You can go down, City can be winning 2 or 3-0. You can go down at like 38 minutes, there'll be 3,000-4,000 underneath the concourse on the piss, watching it on the telly. They need to turn the tellies off, man, and then make them go back to the seats. It's madness. But buying beers, you know, we need the oil money, the beer money, we get the money, the pie money, let's do it.
I said, let's do it. Who you lot got next? Brentford away. Late. But damn it, it's okay to say we've been bad recently. Injury is not an excuse, but don't let these guys talk like we are some bums. Let's keep it moving. Well, you were a bit late on that, Kevin, but a fair assessment. Steve, Brentford, Man City.
Fair enough.
I think we win 3-0.
3-0. Where are we, Steve? SAEED.
4-0.
4-0, yeah. SAEED, I can't lie, man. When Steve was talking, you was looking stressed.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's 2 sides of the story, isn't it? Two poles, isn't it?
Two polar opposites, yeah.
He's got to sit with me. He's got to sit with me and man talk. I have to, you know, when I pick him up from the train station, I always get him a little orange juice and that. I feel a bit sorry for him. You know what I mean? Because, look, in our studio, in our studio, I've got the Premier League trophy. He's got the Derby Day cushion. Hold on, let me get it. Hold on.
Leave it there, man.
This is the Derby Day. This is the Derby Day cushion, yeah? We're collecting trophies, yeah? And this is what SAEED cuddles up to when he comes in Mank Talk. He cuddles up to his Derby Day cushion, yeah? Has a little cuddle on it and that. It's here for you. I've washed it. Don't worry, it's here.
Okay,
Rangnick,
please, man. Rangnick, please. Help me.
So you're saying 4-0, SAEED, yeah?
Yeah, 4-0.
Man City are treating the Prem like the Bundesliga, says Don. Grizz, are you worried about Man City running away with it? And then your prediction?
Yeah, you always have to fear a team like Man City that have proved that they can win 14, 15, 17 games in a row. And currently, I believe they're on 9. Is it 9, Steve?
Yeah.
8 or 9, something like that. So the threat is always there. You know what I mean? Our performance at Spurs was iffy. We could have very easily lost that game, very easily on the chances that Spurs created, but on the events we could have won that game on the actual events of the game. So look, that was a setback, but still we move on because Spurs under Conte are a different animal. I will say that, and I've said that before. They will pick off points of other teams as well in and around them. But yeah, worried. Always worried, but not fearful, because we can do the same, and we've done it. You know, when we lost to West Ham, we went on an 8-game winning streak. We're still there. We win tomorrow against Leicester, which will be a tricky game. He's going to be out for revenge. I don't know if you want to switch to Liverpool. Oh no, you want me to just do the prediction? Innit? Sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. I think tomorrow's going to be, or the next game. I think Man City 3-0, 3-0. But yeah, on the whole, City are a fucking quality team, man. But there's no fear with us. It's just the worry is there because they're capable of doing it. It's not fear.
3-0. So we've got 3-0 Steve, 4-0 SAEED, 3-0 Grizz. Tobes has predicted 3-0. FUAD?
I think 4-0 as well.
4-0. Clean sheet. Damn. Well, wait. Matisse has predicted 4-1. Damn.
Sorry, I was just looking. Someone called man Wreck-It Ralf, you know. Right, the comment section kills
No,
me.
you actually like Matisse as well. Matisse just looks at the chat and laughs throughout the whole stream, man.
Man said Wreck-It Ralf, you know. Oh my god. City, Brentford. Nah, man, that's it. That's you lot clean house. It's probably like 4-0 as well, to be fair. 4-0.
You'll go 4-0 as well. I'm going 3-1. Don't ask me why. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm going 3-1 all scores. I need to do something in this prediction league to come up. And I've said, fuck it. This week, 3-1 every single score. That's what I'm going with. But let's hope it works. Because there was no 3-1s on the weekend, was there? And I predicted a couple of them. So there's bound to be a couple coming up soon.
I love your tactics.
We'll see if this works.
I said laws of probability. Fuck it.
I might predict 3-1 for the rest of the season.
What? These are laws of desperation. They ain't no laws of desperation out here.
Don't kill me, man.
Bro, it's mad. Who's next? Who's got a game? Well, our game's cancelled, so we might as well touch on Tottenham. Who you got next? Southampton away. Obviously, performance against Palace, a bit of revenge there, FUAD.
Bruv, you know what? It's been a nice little revenge week, to be honest. Dumping West Ham out of the FA Cup, little bro. Obviously, I know Chelsea and Arsenal fans refer to us as little bro, but they are little bros, you see. Last season or two, they've tried to step up into the Europa League spots thinking, yo, we can mix it with the top. Shut up! Pull back. Know your role, jabroni. And then earlier in the season, obviously, you had Palace come and give us the little 3-0 licks, and it was nice to just go back there and say, you know what, hold these three for us. Clean sheet. And listen, new manager under Conte, honestly, it feels like a breath of fresh air. For the first time in a long time, I'm actually enjoying being a Spurs fan. I'm looking forward to games and playing with a clear identity. It's looking like some of the shitter players or mid players, he's looking like he can get a tune out of them. And I think that's almost like an Antonio Conte specialty, to be able to kind of motivate, and his man management ability, I've always said, is top tier. We've seen that with every team he's gone to. I think tactically what he's brought in, incredible as well. The defense looks a little bit more solid. Kane and Son for the first time look like what they looked like last season. Kane's now got a couple of goals under his belt as well. So he's looking hungry again. And I think anytime Kane looks hungry, it's a massive boost for Spurs. So second half of the season, now we're at the European competitions. For me, focus on domestics, focus on getting top 6 progression from last season. That's all we can look for.
Yeah, are you surprised Conte's made an immediate impact, or because Tobes didn't expect an immediate impact?
Massively, especially considering like how it was going under Nuno. You almost felt like it went even further back, and we've just been slowly declining. And I just thought under Conte is basically just going to implode, and that implosion is basically going to be his kind of restart. But he's showing he's now got Eric Dyer, a couple of games he's playing very decent. Sanchez is looking decent. Winks put in a man of the match performance last week. Dele Alli looked class against Liverpool. Who else was it? Lucas Moura all of a sudden has scored probably the same amount of goals and assists than he has in the last 4 years before that. Do you know what I mean? So Tanganga came in yesterday. He looked half decent. I think the last time he played was probably Arsenal getting rinsed in the North London derby. So he's put confidence in guys who shouldn't have any confidence, shouldn't have any faith behind him, and he's got a tune out of them. So I'm genuinely surprised, and it just goes to show what a world-class manager he is. And if you can provide him with better tools and better players,
I wish we got him, man.
It can only show where you can go. And listen, SAEED, I can only thank United as a club, as an institution, and a fan base, because that 3-0 win you lot gave us gave the wake-up call for my board to go out and get this man. And now look at us. Why you man are out there with Wreck-It Ralph.
Enjoy it.
Hey,
before I was going to say enjoy it, but yeah, man, listen, Conte, he does what he says on a tin, man. He improves teams. And a lot of United fans didn't want him. I don't know why, but I think that's what we probably needed. I'm not saying that we don't, I'm not discrediting Ralf Rangnick in any shape or form, but when I talk about levels, Conte could have been that kind of level.
When someone is chatting, and then deep down you can feel the pain and the upset. Like that should be me, So that's what you say. You can't say it, but you can't say it, but we see it.
I can't say it, but we see, man.
We see it, like man.
With United and Conte, though, I think it's the style of play where United fans had the questions, because they've been lacking that under Ollie, the United.
We need a winner for it.
Yeah, bro, 100%. And Conte is a results-based guy, bro. I've always said, I don't give a shit about attacking football, but Conte, I know he can play that. Anyone who watches Conte's team, you watch Inter Milan last year, how many goals they scored? That wasn't a defensive Inter Milan team. You go and look at his Chelsea team that won the title. That wasn't a defensive team, but he also knows how to grind those games out, and that's what good managers can do. They can be flexible. But a lot of people, they seem to think because he's sometimes playing a 5 at the back, or it's not a 5, it's a 3. Bro, you've got to be tactically smart enough to flex it up. And that's one thing he's done. I think yesterday we saw him go back to the 3-4-3, and all the attackers got their goals. The game against Liverpool, you saw it was a 5-3-2. And that's where Conte tweaks it. Those small little adjustments. Guy's a genius, man. I love him, man. Long live Conte.
FUAD, I want to ask a little. I just want to make an inquiry, because obviously, you sound hella confident. Progression is important in football. You need to make sure. Getting somewhere, bro. That's why I said progression is important in football. You need to go certain places. So you sound like you're more confident. It's been about, how many days? Like 5,000, 6,000 days you've not won a trophy. So obviously, when you hear Conte, being the serial winner that he is, does that mean that you're looking at titles next season? Are you looking at the Premier League? Where do you go from here, man? Obviously, top 4 seems to be the thing. I'm asking a genuine question. I'm not even trying to take the piss.
Can I answer?
I've not finished my question, but go ahead, didn't it?
It's a long question, but go on.
Yeah, go.
So you're asking, are we expecting title next year? This is basically 2 months ago to a disaster shit.
I'm asking.
Wait, I'm not answering. You're interrupting me answering. So he's walked into a disaster club with mid players, crashing out of a 30 European competition, and now you're asking me if 1 year later, under the tight financial ownership of Daniel Levy, if he's going to be competing for the title. No, my brother, I'll tell you what I'm looking for as a Spurs fan. Progression. You see last year, what the usual remedy at Spurs, no trophies, and we finished 7th place. Guess what I want this year? Back in European football. progression, one step forward. Conte's on an 18th-month contract, right? He's testing this club to see what they can do to back him. So these next 2 windows, I want to see what Daniel Levy is going to do to rejuvenate the squad, to get this back competing to a top 4, competing for silverware. But right here, right now, I don't want to hear title talk, big man. Right now, I just want to hear progression. Baby steps.
Okay, so So next season, top 4 again, you'd be satisfied. That's my understanding.
Hey, listen. I'm not Chelsea. I'm not Liverpool. I'm humble enough to admit I'm not one of the big dogs.
Nah,
yeah?
listen, I'm not asking the question, innit?
Listen, we're young pups trying to become big dogs. We're not there yet. But inshallah, someday soon, Conte will take us there.
Okay, just making inquiries, bro.
You got this. Let me see a couple super chats here. Let me just get them up. Actually, I've only got one that's saved. Apologies if I've missed your super chat, people. Henri's back again. Wreck-It Ralph playing 4-2-2-2. Brothers don't even play that on FIFA Ultimate Team Champs. And he's
brothers on smoke today, man.
He's on smoke, man.
Positional play from some real ballers.
Bro, this guy's cute.
Again, man. Change Javi, then we can talk, man.
Nah, seriously, it is time you just leave SAEED alone now. We're an hour, 20 minutes in. It's nearly midnight, 3 minutes to midnight in the UK. We need to do a couple more predictions. SAEED, I'm sorry for this, my guy. Sorry.
It's all right, man. It's good. It comes to the territory, innit? You get the gift of the gab, innit?
Yeah, it is what it is, you know, it happens. Southampton, Tottenham, Tobes has predicted.
That Turkish are rude for that in the comments.
He's predicted 2-1. FUAD, what are you saying?
You know what? Let's go 2-0. Hasenhüttl, another German Ralf. Let's fuck it up.
2-0, yeah, saying nothing.
Yeah, the German's gonna come for you, you know. Where do you live, man? Is there the Germans around there, Jan?
Lass mir rein! Bring it!
You're Dutch, that's why, innit? You're Dutch, innit?
Exactly.
That's why. I get it.
Hey, we're spinning the block on everyone this season. Hey, January 16th, 23rd.
January 16th.
23rd. Put it on your calendars. You man should know. North London derby.
Yeah, wow. I was going to ask you actually, what have you got in between that? Is it just Southampton, Watford, and then the 2 Chelsea ties?
Indeed.
We've got Man City, Liverpool twice, and Nottingham Forest FA Cup. Who you got in FA Cup?
Fuck knows. Let me check actually.
Say nothing. Matisse has predicted
Morecambe.
Oh, that's light work. 1-0 Tottenham. That's what Matisse has predicted. I'm going 3-1 Tottenham. I say, damn. Southampton, Tottenham.
Nah, 2-0 Tottenham. Clean work, light work. Should be getting that sorted out. We all trust Conte, and Conte we trust.
Let's keep it saying, SAEED, respect the super chats, my guy. I'm going 3-1. I've said it already. Do you really need me to continue? All predictions today, 3-1. Steve.
Southampton had a good result, didn't they, against West Ham? But now I'm going 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. SAEED.
Spurs away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Spurs.
3-1. GRIZZ.
Southampton playing all right, you know. They put West Ham to the sword. So I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1, yeah. Cool. So everyone's gone for Tottenham win, bar GRIZZ, who's gone for 1-1. Liverpool didn't have a tie on the weekend, but you got a tie this week. Arsenal played on the weekend. We don't have a tie this week, so we might as well touch on that. You know what I want from the Arsenal conversation? Usually Matisse and Tobes are here, and it's Matisse and Tobes kind of versus Steve and GRIZZ in terms of Arteta and their feelings about him. I want to ask FUAD and Dam about the situation now at Arsenal. How does it seem from your perspective, FUAD?
Arteta's now getting his way and his tune, to be honest. And I think Aubameyang getting stripped off the captaincy was kind of like the final push, I think, in completing his vision almost. In all honesty. I think one thing Arteta he is a little bit trying to be a little bit of a mini Pep, let's be honest. He's trying to create that culture of like, it's my way or the highway. And I think Aubameyang time and time again has let himself down, whether it's professionally, unprofessionally, whatever way you want to look at it. I don't think his performance has been up to standard since he signed the new deal. He hasn't been up to standard. Now you look at the young core he's got as well. Martinelli, all right, you can say maybe he hasn't used him previously, but he's coming now. Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, Odegaard. I think Sambi Lokonga, the way he's brought him in, Tierney, the kind of confidence he's given him. You've got a young kind of team there. So he's thinking, do you know what? I can really have, if I stick around and I'm here for the next 4 or 5 years, I can keep a lot of this core around, if that makes sense. So guys like Oba, I don't need to build a club on that. Guys like Lacazette, I don't need to build a club on that. Maybe the last 4 or 5 years, you guys have had it your way and it was all swag and all fun in the changing rooms. But now I'm here to change things around. And all this trust the process we might have been laughing at the last year or so, I actually think, hey, there might have actually been something in place. Even if it wasn't intentional, I think this summer was the biggest kind of intention of Arteta and the board saying, you know what, we're behind this guy. We're going to back him. And the profile of the players he signed, young English talent, Ramsdale, Ben White, to say, you know what, this is what the future is going to be. And if this is going to be Arteta's vision, I said last season, I think Arsenal will finish potentially ahead of Spurs because they don't have the European football. And then now you take into the form that they're in. This time last year or the year before, they were nowhere near this position come January. Yeah. They were usually playing catch-up after January and going in good stretches.
This time last year was our worst period in I don't know how long.
Exactly. So now you look at the situation, you're like, hold on, they're in top 4 now. Usually second half of the season, there's still no European football. It could actually go well. I think will comfortably finish top 6 this year. It's just a matter of if you can take advantage of other teams slip and slacking for that 4th place, to be honest. And if Arteta does get that 4th place, that's the ultimate confirmation of, brother, the process is real. Because he's got the FA Cup already. What more does he need now?
Yeah, if he's to get top 4 this year, first it'd be a surprise from where we came from last season. Even though I think it's fair to say when he took over December 2019, or any manager taking over, in your second full season, I'd kind of expect or want you to be getting Champions League football. But the reality was it was far from that in the summer, so I can't really hold
my thing is though is that previously though, Turks, would you not have said Arsenal, I feel like, would have struggled to deal with those teams that now they're dealing with? I think previously that was a lot of the time the bigger issue was you go to the big sides, you get popped by them. The little sides, they'd give you struggles, and you're like, yo, we find these random spells of form where we go on runs. But it seems like now Arsenal are dealing with the teams that they're meant to deal with. And then kind of you're dropping points in the odd games here and there and kind of the big games. All right, cool, they're a better team. Fair enough. But I feel like what needs to be done, he's doing. And weeding out guys like Oba, I don't think that's a big loss.
Both what you say, which I agree with, and bouncing back from poor results and performances. Like years gone past, the 4-0 at Anfield would be reeling for about 3-4 weeks. We wouldn't recover in terms of performance, lifting your head, motivation. After Anfield, all right, we lost to United, we lost to Everton, 3 away games in 4. But then we went Southampton, 3-0. West Ham, 2-0. Leeds, 4-1. 5-0 Norwich. Sunderland rotated the whole squad, basically. 5-1. Damn, you laughed when I first asked the question. What's your thoughts?
It's interesting because, like, I'm going to drop the banter for this one because Arsenal has a special place in my heart since my brother's an Arsenal fan, and I've seen him go to many therapist appointments. But on a serious one, like, this thing, I've been looking at it for ever since Arteta got there. Everybody was talking, he beat the Lampard, all the allegations. But to me now, as much as my opinion has changed a lot over the last 6 months, not over the last 6 months, over the last 12 months, it looks like a slow burn. That's what it looks like to me now. I'm actually starting to see what this guy could potentially be doing. Obviously, I still feel like you lot are still quite inconsistent because you start getting into this good patch of form. Like, for example, you lot have been cleaning the house with a lot of the teams you played recently, and then something comes along, and then once that thing comes along, boom, you get into some problems, like and you start faltering down. Yeah, exactly. Man City, let's see what happens with Man City. Like, you lot are probably going to get battered. You know, I'm coming from. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see Steve on here the next Monday. Oh my God, listen, that would be brilliant. But then you lot are probably going to get battered. What happens next? What happens after that? I'm trying to see what happens to this Arsenal squad after that. Like you said, he's bringing in a lot of these good youngsters that are getting very well integrated into the team. Aubameyang, your Achilles heel, finally be removed. You know what I'm saying? You might finally went to the doctors and got that sorted out. So you don't have that mentality issue amongst those young players anymore. I still feel like you guys rely a lot on your young players, which are not the most consistent bunch. But then again, let's see how it goes, in it. If you lot get that top 4, let's see, is Kroenke going to back Arteta even further? Like, what's the plan here? Let's see how this man can actually go. That's why I call this slow burner, because you lot keep on improving, but it's ever so slight. Is it good enough for a big team these days? who knows? But let's see what you lot do at the end of the season. If you lot can secure that top 4 and Kroenke keeps on backing you lot, then Arsenal, the banter era might be coming to an end. Let's say as it goes.
Just quickly though, I don't think the top 4 should be a make or break for whether Arteta's season is a success. I think even if you not finish in the top 6, that's still progression
100.
from where you've been the last 2-3 years for me. I think even if you look at the squad and the signings when they were made in the summer, when he brought in Tomiyasu, Ramsdale, Ben White, people wouldn't have said you look top 4. People wouldn't have said that. So if he gets top 4 now, people have to give him the plaudits, bro.
Well, no, I agree with you, Fad,
but then if he gets top 6 for me, I'm still looking at that like, yo, he's done his job, bruv.
I agree with you, Fad, but the point I was trying to get across is like, I'm trying to, because like, it's not just, this thing is like, a lot of people always look at it as just Arteta. I've always, whenever I criticize Arsenal, I never criticize just Arteta. That is on my streams, on Twitter, whatever. I always criticize from top to bottom. From the top to the bottom. That's always been the problem with Arsenal. United had a similar problem. And if Arteta can do all he wants, he can come in with the hand of God as well. But as long as Kroenke is up there and if they're not sorting out his pockets in the window, then you can only go so far. So yes, top 6 for you lot this season and a comfortable top 6. I'm not saying scrap it on the last day.
Yeah.
That's good. If you make top 4 this season and Kroenke is still not pulling out the blank check for you lot, then your problem is a lot bigger than you can imagine. So I'm just looking at it like a slow burner, man. It's taken quite a few years. Obviously, you lot got that FA Cup off us as well. But it's taken quite a few years to actually see what this guy is about. But now I'm starting to see that there might be something there in it. It just depends on how you lot can be when you bounce back against certain results. Let's see what happens this weekend.
I wouldn't even say the blank check is needed for that squad, though, because you look at it, Ramsdale, young, Tomiyasu, not that old, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Odegaard, Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, like there maybe you need 1 or 2 pieces in that starting 11.
I'd say 2-3 marquee, and I'm by marquee.
That's it. They have you have the talent. Do you know what I mean? You have your Smith-Rowes, you've got your Sakas, you've got your Martinellis. You don't have no hard hitters. Aubameyang, Lacazette, those are meant to be your hard hitters, but them man are not really. They're not present. Do you know? I'm coming from players.
You see how the squad is performing right now, yeah? Exactly how they're performing right now. If you put in a striker that bangs 20 goals in a season and you put in a central midfielder that plays 30 games minimum and gives you 7s, more often than not. When you have Odegaard, who's got 4, what's Odegaard got? 4 goals, 1 assist. Martinelli, 4 goals, 2 assists. Emil Smith-Rowe, 8 goals, 2 assists. Saka, 5 goals, 4 assists. When you have that behind the striker, that on paper, that productivity from the 3 positions there is quality. What's missing?
They're on fire.
In front of them and behind them. So I'm kind of, it's mad for me to say, but 2
Martial's available. Martial, would you take Martial?
I would have taken him years ago, not anymore.
Ballon d'Or clause in his contract yet to be activated. This man still has a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract.
You wouldn't take Martial?
Vlahovic there,
What for? Why are you offering Martial?
Even Arsenal fans today would take Martial. Surely,
man. I'm good. Why? We got Martinelli on that side. You think I want to bring Martial and put him ahead of Martinelli?
He'll play striker though.
We need a different striker than him.
Don't listen. He's trying to sabotage your club by giving you Martial.
What do you mean sabotage? You're trying to sabotage their club. Look out for Arsenal for once.
No, you're not. You're not rooting for them.
For us,
Stop that.
Listen,
exactly.
It's 10 minutes past midnight in the UK, so I do want to kind of wrap it up shortly. Obviously, we started late because of the Man United game, but we've got one more prediction to make, so I want to quickly go through that. Grizz, if you want to give some thoughts on it and then a prediction, do so. If you want
Have we done the Arsenal prediction?
No, our game has been postponed.
Oh shit! Okay.
So
Liverpool.
Man City, so
I like that little dig at the end. You took an hour and a half, but you got there. But no, it is what it is, man. Leicester City tomorrow. We should be nice and fresh. No excuses. We've got a fully fit squad apart from Robertson, who's suspended. And Harvey Elliott. A couple of squad players missing, but yeah, everyone's there, man. Leicester City played the strongest squad after 2 weeks in the League Cup. The prick that Rodgers is tried to mess with us in the League Cup, dickhead. Then he went and played a reserve squad at Leicester, and then he's going to go back to his A team again. And hopefully for that fact alone, hope we smash him to bits. But yeah, Leicester City, I don't know what they're going to be like because no one really knows what kind of squad they're like. They've got who's got COVID, who's not. But we have to turn up and do our thing, man. If we do, we should win. I don't see them playing as resolutely as Spurs did last game or West Ham, that the 2 teams that held us I don't see Leicester like them. Leicester try to play football. And pretty much like against City, if they try to play football against us, and if they try to play as open as they did against City, then it could be a lot of work for them. And hopefully it is, man. I'm going to say 3-1 Liverpool.
You're copying me, Grizz, man. Come on, man. You heard what I said.
Yeah, one of them has got to come right for you in it. And then if one of them comes right for you, one of them is going to come right for me. That's my theory. That's my theory.
3-1. Tobes has actually said 3-1 as well. That's
see what I'm saying, Saeed? See what I'm saying? You're asking me, Tobes just copy every score.
Yeah,
He's doing this tactical shit. I know his game.
3-1 as well.
Yeah, man. He's got them Ghanaian witch doctors on the scene. He knows what I predicted already before I predicted it.
So, I mean, 2-1, sorry.
2-0 Liverpool, I'm going.
2-0, yeah.
Oh, clean sheet.
No. 2-1. I think Vardy, if he plays, he might get a little jammy one, turn it into a little game.
2-1, yeah. Damn, Matisse has predicted 3-2 Leicester. I was going to ask him.
No, but he's mad. He needs to do that shit. He needs to do that shit.
Grizz, I wouldn't talk too soon, you know.
No, he needs to do that shit.
I think that was good timing for me to put up the table.
Let him come back. Yeah.
That is the table this week.
No problem.
Matisse is the only one that... Wait, which one did...
He got one right score.
Nah, Matisse won it with the... What did we all get wrong that Matisse got right? There's one result that...
It wasn't Man United Newcastle, was it?
We all predicted Chelsea draw, or Steve said Chelsea loss. Or Saeed said Chelsea loss, and he got that
he
right.
said Chelsea win, yeah.
Yeah.
He had to back his team, even though
That's
he
why
was
he got a
scared.
point more. Yeah, Dan, what are you saying?
Whew. The way Leicester played against City, like that caught everybody off guard because that team came to my stadium and we ragdolled them. So honestly, I'll flip what Matisse has done and go 3-2 Liverpool. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think Liverpool are going to just ragdoll them, to be honest, but I think Liverpool will get the 3 points regardless.
What is he said? 3-2 Leicester, he said?
Yeah.
Matisse said 3-2 Leicester.
Yeah, I'll do 3-2 Liverpool, but I think it's not. I don't think it's going to be like a whitewash. I don't think so.
No. You know what I'm saying? 3-1 Liverpool. Steve?
I think 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. And last, Saeed.
I'm going to go... I think Liverpool defensive will be better. 4-1 Liverpool.
Black fire.
Going for something different. All right, listen. I'm going to wrap it up quickly, people, because our 37 minutes past midnight here. I know it's different times all around the world where you guys are tuning in. Love for the love, but we've got to call it a night here. Big up FUAD and Dams for taking over from Tobes and Matisse today. Appreciate you too. Make sure you guys show some appreciation. In the description, their channel links are there where they always are. Go and subscribe to the man them, GRIZZ, Saeed, Steve, THUGGERY, and 360 TV as well. Big them up. All the links are in the description below. Get the likes over 2K before you leave. I think we're on about 1.6 now. And that's it, really. Any last thoughts from you lads before I call it a night? No? All good. All good. Love for the love, people. As always, we'll be back again Friday. 2 p.m. it's looking like. Obviously, it's a touch and go one, 2 p.m. If you're subscribed to the socials, Instagram, Twitter, at The Big Six Show, we'll keep you up to date there. Peace and love, people. Have a good week.
Gherkin pressing